You are looking at a local newspaper called the Toronto Sun. Okay? I thought I'd show you this to you because this newspaper here, I never buy this newspaper. It's the second largest newspaper in the city. But I don't buy it because I realized years ago that this paper is a racist institution. But yet it continues to be racist to this day. And if you look at this here, the front, Black Lives Matter. This article is about, on the front page, about all these blacks here who were murdered this year. Okay? So they're up in arms about it. Okay? Now, the Sun, this newspaper here, has been a major contributor to racism in this city for many years. And it's basically feeding racism in this city here, okay? The city has recently identified, has called it as it is. They said that Toronto has a racial problem, and they call it anti-black racism. This is what they call it, anti-black racism. They recognize they have a problem in this city here. Now the problem is that there's only 8% black in this city here out of 3 million people. You have many races in this city here, yet we have a problem with racism towards blacks, and they've identified it as, they call it anti-black racism. That's strange. Why everybody's picking on the black people for? Well, maybe this might give you a clue. The media, not the media per se, this paper here has been feeding racism for many years in this city here. And this is what they put on their front page. They're calling out Black Lives Matter because these blacks were killed this year. Now let's put it into perspective, proper perspective here, okay? Let's go to the other part here. Look at this. Death comes calling. This is pertaining to this a few murders in this city here. Okay? Death comes calling. Black Lives Matter. It's a runaway train. 25 or 52 murders were gunned down. 25 or 52 murder victims were gunned down in 2018. Look, black. 23 of 44.2% of all murder victims, and 17 or 86, whatever, black, white, South Asians, Asian, Middle East. Why color? What is why race? Why are we talking about race for? Look at this. Black homicides. Black homicides. You see, they would never get away with this type of crap in the United States of America. I'm telling you, not this type of bold racism. Look at this. Black homicides and look at death comes calling. The reason why I'm speaking about it in this manner is because if you put it into proper perspective, you will see that Toronto is a city of 3 million people. 3 million people in Toronto, okay? Now, they have, on average, per year, 60 homicides. I said 60 homicides. That is extremely low. They have never seen 100 homicides, okay? They've never seen 100 homicides before. And excuse the focus on this camera here. Sorry about that. They've never seen 100 homicides before. When I say they've never seen 100 homicides, I'm talking about like in comparison to a city like Chicago that is roughly the same population as Toronto, 3 million people, and the same area in square miles, same area size, around 210 square miles. Chicago averages 500 and something murders a year. Last year they had 700 and something homicides. Philadelphia averages 340 homicides a year. Houston, 500 and something homicides. Dallas, 300 and something. Anyways, my point is that 60 homicides, and you're pulling the race card now. You're playing the race card now. 60 homicides, and you're playing the race card, huh? You see, the Sun, this newspaper has been a major contributor to racism in this city. You see, this is a media. This is a media outlet where people read this paper here, and it's a low IQ paper, to tell you the truth. It's a very low IQ paper. Okay, you don't need to be smart or intelligent. There's nothing in here that is intellectual. You see, the other newspaper is called the Toronto Star. That's more for people that are more, who have a brain in their head. This paper here, I mean, you don't need a brain in your head to read it. Okay, it's ridiculous. That's why I don't read it. And not only is it low IQ, but it's also very racist. Low IQ and racism. It goes together, doesn't it? Doesn't it go together? Low IQ and racism go together, right? Anyways, but at the same time, I am disgusted with these blacks killing each other. It's a disgrace to my race. You're 8% population, 8%, and yet you have the most gun violence. You're doing the most shootings. I say 80% of the shootings are done by blacks, yet they only comprise of 8% in population. Unlike this society that puts these animals into a 5-star hotel after they blow out somebody's brains, puts them into a 5-star hotel where they can watch TV, read books, and get fit, get in physical exercise, and so forth. As an Orthodox Jew, we believe in an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. You blow somebody's brains out, you get your brains blown out. You knock somebody's tooth out, you get your tooth knocked out. So that's a deterrent. There's no deterrence in this city here. There's no justice in this country. But back to the point here. This Toronto Sun is a racist institution. It has seized the opportunity to put all these pictures on the front page and call out Black Lives Matter. But you got to understand, this paper has been doing this thing, being racist towards black people for years and years and years. You know, I was in the United States, living in the United States for 6 years, and I come back up here now, and I was surprised to see this paper still in business, because it's a really moronic paper. And then I realized, wait a minute here, this city is full of morons, so I can understand why it's still in business. But anyways, this paper here, they would not get away with doing this in the United States. No way in hell could they get away with this crap in the United States. They would be called out immediately. You see? Black homicides. Okay. So in the United States, they wouldn't stand for that. Okay. They would not stand, the people down there would not stand for this type of racism in your face. This is what it is. Racism in your face. And no wonder they call it anti-black racism in this city here. How the hell are you going to fix it when you have the media, the local media, who is the main contributor to this racism towards blacks? This does not help. This does not solve the problem by you depictuating blacks this way. Anyways, I'm out.